Okay, it's almost New Year's Eve. It's almost 2024. And for those of you who are alone, y'all trying to go out, y'all trying to seek change, you know, I'm not going to sit here and tell you, hey, make a New Year's resolution, because you know what? It's sometimes we make claims and we say we're going to do something and we don't follow through. I am proud to say that this year I followed through on a lot of things that I wanted to do. And one thing about it is that I wanted to have a deeper relationship with some of my nieces and nephews. Also, I had to step back as being a parent. And I'm just gonna keep it real. And this is one of my little keys. I want you to say, hey, wait a minute. This is my little boy right here. He just so lovable. He just so lovable. You know, sometimes we we are finding ourselves, and we feel like, you know what, being in a relationship, I'm gonna put Pinky down, that we have to be in a relationship in order to be validated, or in order to this. So I'm gonna give you ladies some tips on, you know, how you need to find a balance if you're trying to look for a relationship and looking for yourself. One thing is this right here: stop being in denial. Things that you know are wrong in your life. Stop being denial and saying that, you know what, it doesn't exist. It's okay not to be a perfect parent. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to you and pick the wrong person. It is okay to be wrong. It is okay to be imperfect. All of us, a lot of us don't want to be imperfect. We don't want people to point at us and we call it judging. But start judging yourself. Start judging yourself. Ladies, I'm just going to keep it real. If you out here looking for a boyfriend to help take care of your 5, 6 kids, then why don't you do this year? Stop looking for the baby daddy to take care of your kids, and start going down to the child support place and making them 5 or 6 baby daddies pay child support. I don't care if he got a job or not. That court order and all of that when he get through going through the court system, he gonna try to make sure you get paid, because he don't want to go to jail. Yeah, he may hate you and everything, but you know what? You'll have some income coming in. Stop sitting here hanging around people that you know that if you want to do better, you're going to have to stop being around people who are not like you. You know, when you grow better, you do better. And I'm going to tell you something. A lot of times we don't want to, we got a friend and y'all been hanging out and everything. The people that I hung out with in my 20s, I don't hang out with them now in my 50s, because the reason why is because it's not that. It's some people that is my age that still going to the club, still trying to dress like they're in their 20s. And I'm and a grandmother, they're a grandmother. They never evolve from being from one stage of life. It is what it is. Ladies, stop letting men move in with you and everything when you meet them. Stop doing it. Men, stop being negative about women. If you're not ready to be a daddy, if you're not ready to you know this girl got 3, 4 kids by 3, 4 different men, don't have sex with her. Don't get intimate with her. Leave her alone. Because if you ain't ready for that, then like I said, don't sit here. A lot of men are just doing that to be trophies. A lot of men are there to be trophies. And sometimes we want to be loved and stuff, and we want this person to love us, and we do all the stuff we need to do, but we change your mentality. Learn something new today. If you want to go back to school, go back to school. If you want to take a trade, take a trade. If you want to do something, do it. And don't wait till 12 o'clock to do it. Do it now. Start now. Say, you know what? Map out a plan now. I was blessed. I promise you, I was blessed. This year, I got a chance to almost get into the United States Supreme Court twice. And I know I'm not an attorney. And I was so proud of myself. And I felt like I could accomplish anything. And this was despite the fact that people was telling me it couldn't be done. It can be done. It can be. But you got to be willing to put in the effort. Young girls, start cooking for your children. Let them know what a home-cooked meal is. You know what is wrong with being to the right man, a submissive person, a submissive woman? What is wrong? It ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what? It's nothing wrong with making sure the house is clean, running the house. There's nothing wrong with that, even if you work or not. You know, so many people that want to be boss ladies and everything. Boss ladies, I don't need a man. Most of the black women say that. I don't need a man. Then in their 40s and 50s, I wonder why I can't get a man. Oh, you know what? And learn how to cook. Learn how to cook. You know, black women are we are the most imitated women of this world. Learn how to cook. Learn, you know what? It's okay. No, you ain't getting no more. Look at what he did. He just, you gone on over there and play with that. Let's teach our daughters with values. Let's teach our young women values and morals. It's okay to be alone. You ain't got to say, I don't need a man. Learn how to go get help for yourself. Go get help. Go get mental help. Every man are not dogs. And it ain't every man's fault. Some of it may be yours. Maybe yours. Maybe it's you trying to change him. Maybe you need to change yourself. Change yourself on how you need to do things. Instead of trying to change a man, change you. It's easier to change you than to change him. You know, people say, well, Samantha, you know, you talk to them, but I don't ever see you. No, you don't. You don't. Stop listening to everybody. You know, I notice you women, my friends wouldn't dare catch me eating here or going there. Well, then go there. Have fun. If the date don't go right, enjoy yourself. Right now, this is the most perfect time for you to a new chapter. Listen to your inner self. What does inner self say? You know, when you love yourself, the best part about it is that you know what to expect when others. When you love yourself, it makes it easy. You women, stop looking in everybody else's backyard and look in your own. You know, it's easy for me to look at somebody who look like they got it going on, or they a boss lady, or they smiling on social media, and then they call me, oh, I'm so depressed, I'm so suicidal. Learn to love you. Men, learn to love yourself. Change the pattern. I tell people that. Women, love yourself. I ain't talking about dressing up a certain way. Learn to love yourself. Stop expecting men to take you out to a 5-star restaurant. Then why don't you go? Why don't you go? You know what? I'm not going to lie. I love it. You know what? I have a balance. When I want to go shop and go out, hey, look, he quick to tell me, look, we going over the budget now. And I respect that. I'm not trying to put him in debt. I'm not trying to have him sleep worried about how he gonna do this, how he gonna do that. Because you know what? I have to accept this word. Accept this word. This is the word for the day. No. No is the word for the day. Stop feeling guilty about the fact that, you may have family that make you feel guilty, like you not being a good parent. Your child out there doing everything. You know what? We can only do so much. And when they turn 18 and they go to 20 and stuff, you got to take your hands off. Two years ago, I had my daughter. This is a true story. My daughter got 3 kids and she married. And her husband is serving the country. He's stationed. My daughter got COVID. And immediately my mommy instinct kicked in. I drove up there. I just got my car at the shop, put a new motor in it. Drove up there. Found out the gas tank was leaking. This was a used car that I had bought and I was redoing. Got up there, gas leaking out the tank. I could put $10 in and by the morning it's on E. That's how bad it was. Then I had to drive 4 hours back. Had to get my tank fixed. Every other week I was driving up there, helping my daughter. And my daughter was losing weight because she went from COVID to bronchitis to pneumonia. It was like back to back. And I had to put on a brave face. But I went inside and I cried. I went in the bathroom and I cried. She called me all night long. And then I was working remote. So then I had to get up in the morning at 8 o'clock and go to work. And I'm take care of her. Massaging her legs. Getting her to walk. Fixing her something to eat. She got up, but because of the COVID, she couldn't really walk. So I had to do all of that. Had to clean up the house. Make sure the kids was fed, in bed. Do all of this. So women, I'm going to tell you something. Women in general, we are phenomenal women. Because we can do it. We can do it. That's why God made us helpmates. Because we can do it. Then I'm tired. I had to get back on the road, drive back home, and take care of the house here. Sometimes I sleep for a whole day. And you say, well, you know what? What about other family members? This is a time when family should be helping you and coming together and stuff. No. I found out the hard way what family was. Not just my family, his family. I found out what it was. I had to bring the 2 of the girls. They got 3. I had to bring 2 of the girls back with me. And the baby I was trying to get to go somewhere else. I had the hard time doing that. And then when they thought she was getting ready to expire, they did what I call it the funeral drive. You going up there to make yourself feel good. So that you won't. So if something happened, you can say, I love you. I told her I love her. But then when, a person get well, they don't show you the love. They don't show you that. And I had to learn. You know what? I can't depend upon nobody. I had to love myself. My daughter was getting well. She was still sick. Family talking in her ear. And one day I asked her, because I'm curious. I'm healing. I'm healing. That's the part that I am doing. I am healing. I'm trying to repair things from my past. I'm trying to move and heal things in my future. Some things I can't. Some things I'm trying. Some things it's not the right time. Sometimes I got to give some people space, but I'm healing. But I got other family members talking in her ear. And one day she just exploded. And she cussed me out and said some things that really hurt me. And that was almost 2 years ago. I haven't talked to her since. And I see my grandbabies. I tell them, come on, get in the car, and we go. But I have no relationship with her. And it's not, you say, well, how could you do that? You're a parent. Well, you know what? Because I had to learn to love me. And I had to learn that, you know what? That I don't care how grown you are. You don't disrespect your mama. If you don't want to be around her, you don't want to be around her. But you don't disrespect your mother. I don't care what she does. You don't do that. And I had to, when, you know what? And it just seemed like my inner self was telling me where the source was coming from. And when I confronted it, I found out it was true. But I had to learn that, you know what? That's a chapter in my life that I have to, I have to put it a past. People say, well, you know what? You supposed to tell family you love. No, you don't. Don't tell people that you don't love. You love them just for the sake of saying it. Don't waste your time with that. Because sometimes people don't love you in the relationship, including family. They just want you there for availability. It had made my son mad. And my son stopped talking to her. And I had to, you got to be wise when you're doing your journey. Told him what happened. I understand you mad, and I understand you ain't never disrespect me. But don't let that hinder you. That's still your sister. Y'all had a relationship. Me and her don't. Go heal your relationship. You don't turn children against each other. That's not parenting. You have to let them know that they are still sisters and brothers regardless. Now, had she had attacked me, I would have whooped her. I ain't gonna lie. I would have whooped her good. Because, see, she ain't from the old school. Mama is. And please, like I said, don't let that age, please don't pull it up. Don't let that age fool you now. Don't you, some of y'all, I'm going to tell you something, you young girls, think that because your mama in her 50s, her 40s, that your mama can't do that. Don't you let that, don't you let these little hands fool you now. I ain't gonna let nobody poo boo 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 boo. Shoot. I take her through there. But you have to be wise. She ain't ever talk crazy to him. She talk crazy to me. But I'm going to tell you something, and I want you to, this is part of a relationship. I'm going to tell you something. For y'all who sit here and mistreat your mama, I guarantee you, though that's the only woman that'll have your back. Many of y'all that'll have your back. That have saved you when all these men have done so much stuff. Mamas. But you got to be careful. That role as a mother is not for you to be taken lightly. Because You have to use wisdom. You have to have knowledge. You got to know when you need to say you're sorry. And you got to have respect for your children. I keep saying this over and over and over. Women who got kids don't need to be bringing Tom, Dick, and Bobo in your house. Dating shouldn't even be all the way on your plate until they're a little bit older. You shouldn't be sitting here letting your son, who's 7 years old, see a man coming out your bedroom. Laying up in your house, eating your food. And I don't care. And I ain't talking about weeks. I'm talking about my kids. Like I said, I keep reporting this. I keep saying it was months before my children knew that I was out here, that I liked somebody. No, because you know what? If he was cheating or they don't take that long for you to find out what kind of man you're dealing with. But I guarantee you, if you just sit there and look, it's gonna come to you. Can't get mad. If you ain't been with him for 6 months and you find out he got another girl, what you gonna get mad for? Leave it alone. My kids didn't know stuff like that. If I got hurt, my heart was hurt. My kids didn't see that. I went in that room and cried. Came back. They said, "Mama, what you crying for?" "Oh, I saw something on the TV. Somebody told me something, and it just made me cry." No, they didn't know. No, because no. But I learned as I grew. Some relationships are not healthy, even in family, even with friends. Evaluate your friends. Just because she there for you, that girl down with you and stuff and everything, try to change and see how she is. If she down at the bottom and you down at the bottom, you say, "You know what, I want to go to school," and then she start tripping with you, that lets you know something. Because some people that's like at the bottom, they said like crabs. They don't want to get up, and they don't want you to get up. Start evaluating. Make sure evaluating relationships. Start evaluating your friends, your family, your personal relationship. If you've been in a relationship for 7 years and you got kids with this man and he ain't trying to marry you, he ain't trying to make sure that if something happens to him that you taken care of. If you sitting up here getting food stamps and welfare, and he's sitting right there, that tells you something right there. That tells you everything. That you are not important for him to make sure you're okay. Some states got spousal, partners. If you've been with somebody and you got a bunch of kids and he ain't trying to go to school to get a better job, he ain't trying to do this, all he want to do is hustle on the street. You know what? I'm going to tell you something. It's okay if he's hustling on the street. But if 3-4 years he's still hustling on the street, he going to jail in and out, and you got to bail him out, that ain't no love, baby. This is the perfect time right now before 12 o'clock for you to sit and say, "You know what? What kind of relationship? He been down with me. He helped me when he out of jail. He helped me, but he costs you more money when you go to jail because he gonna want an attorney. He gonna want you to put money on the books. And he ain't got that income to provide to you at that moment. If you have a bad relationship with family members and it just seems like, it's drama when, Now, if you drama, then it's not for you. But if you around it and it seems like every time you're around, it's negative drama. Family is not just biological. It's who binds you together. Who bind you together? And I'm going to tell you something. Some of the best friends I've had, I have and had, I'm using as have passed on, have been there for me at my lowest point. And they didn't tell me, they encouraged me. They encouraged me not only to get back on my feet, but to do better. To do better. That's the most important thing. Now, you know, a lot of people, especially friends, they say, you know what? Will I ever have a relationship with my daughter? Sure, I will. No, I can't play with you right now. Yeah, sure, I will. I will. But she's going to have to mature a little bit more for me to be there because, you know, like I said, my mom is still alive, and my mom has said some crazy stuff to me, and you know what? I have had to just, you know, if I don't hang up, I don't cuss, I said, Mom, I gotta let you go. I don't yell at my mama, I gotta let you go. And I hang up. If she don't want to hear it, Mom, I gotta let you go. Before I cuss my mom out, I gotta let you go. Mom, I'm finna hang up the phone. Mom, I'm finna do this. I gotta let you go. Before I let somebody get me all upset, hey, look, you know what? I gotta cut this loose. And then I think about the relationship. Is it worth saving? I do the pros and cons. No, I'm not gonna pick you up. He wants somebody to pick him up. But no. And then if it's worth it, I'll go back and tell him, look, this relationship is worth it. If it's halfway there, well, you know, I gotta reassess how our relationship between me and you. If it ain't worth it, look here. I don't mean no harm. I enjoyed your company. You such a good, you know, you've been there for me. But you know what? You more taking than you are giving. So I gotta cut you loose. I thank you. I've had to do that. It's nothing bad about it. It is what it is. It is what it is. And a lot of people, when you start changing, they're going to try to drag you back in because they looking at your old ways. They're not looking at the new ways. They're looking at the old ways. Point is, they ain't trying to get you to, they trying to get you to come on back. Use them old ways. But you're going to have to decide what's more important, your peace and your happiness versus whatever that's going on. You know, so many people that are so unhappy and pretending like they're happy because they in relationships. They want to change. They want to do this, but they're afraid. They worried about what somebody else gonna say. Question is, how important your happiness is to you. And don't put on makeup and all of that just so you can look pretty. Because I'm going to tell you something. It's a lot of people. You know what I'm going to say? It's a lot of people that put on masks on Halloween and then take it off and they monsters. Take that mask off. It's okay for somebody to see you without makeup. It's okay for somebody to see you in your natural thing. It's okay to be normal. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay to change. It's okay to be yourself. You know, it's okay. I'm not going to lie. One of the best things that I love to do is cook. The best thing I love to do. I try to contribute as much as I can. And I don't fuss. I advise. I say what I need to say. I don't know. I'm too tired to argue. But you have to, don't let 12 o'clock come and then you say, I'm going to change. Start now before 12 o'clock. Happy New Year, and I'll see you next year.